Hi, my name is Sydney. I am the stylist and the owner of Flow Beauty Bar. I want to thank you guys for investing in yourself. And now we're going to jump into the process of the tape-in install.
Keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that ice cream. She keep that booty, booty. She keep that pump, yeah. That natural beauty, beauty, yeah, yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back, 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 juicy, back, back, yeah, back, 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 juicy, back, back, back.
All right, so this is how I set up my station. We are going to be using today the Kinky Straight tape-ins. So here's the tools we're going to be using today: a wide tooth comb. You would need your tape-in pliers. You would need 4 crocodile clips, a set of rubber bands to section off the leave out, and a rat's tail comb. All right, so you want to make sure that you start on freshly blow-dried hair, clean hair, with no product, no oils or anything, because you want to be careful with that. It can cause the tape-ins to slip. So first, we're going to create a horseshoe at the crown of the head. This will be for that versatility flip over where you can do like 3-4 parts. Want to make sure you have clean lines. All right, and we're gonna take one of our rubber bands and just put it in a tiny little bun. I always say part behind the top of your earlobe. But make sure it's enough hair to cover the tape-in. And how you can measure that out is just by taking your rat tail comb, put it on the part, flip the hair back. If you can see the metal comb in between, then that means you don't have enough hair. So part a little more. I can barely see it, so we're gonna go ahead and just tie that up in a rubber band. And as far as the back, you start at the top of the lobe, following that first parting. I'm gonna take my crocodile clip so I can get this hair out of my way. I can see the comb through, so I'm gonna pull out a little more hair. All right, I can't see it, so I'm gonna tie it up. And you would do the same on the other side of the head. Okay, we're gonna do a small subsection parting so we can begin the install. Let me clean the line up. Make sure your partings are clean. And clip away the rest of the hair. So this is how your slice should be. All right, let's begin. So how I measure out how much hair needs to be in the tape-ins, I take the top of the comb and I place it here. Make sure you're not at the edge. Try to stay within, like, I would say, 1/2 inch from the edge. Take a thin slice. Make sure it's a thin slice, because what happens is once you sandwich it in between and then you try to wash your client's hair for maintenance, what'll then happen is the shampoo and conditioner will get into it and kind of loosen the adhesive. So we don't need that. All right, let me grab my first tape. Place it right under. Again, make sure it's not close to the edge. Push it down. And grab another tape and line it up neat. I like to put a little pressure on it. It'll stay in place. And then I take my pliers, clamp it down at least 3 times. And make sure you're not directly on the part or scalp. Make sure it's directly not on the scalp, because what'll happen is when she pull it up, it'll hurt, cause unnecessary tension. All right. And you'll repeat that step. We'll do one more. All right, so you see this gap right here. What I'm gonna do is flip these 2 up, flip it away, and I'm gonna place one right here. Let me put this extra hair up here. All right, I can drop this hair down. And you can see the fullness. Now let's go on to the next section. All right, that looks good. And make sure you're like a 1/2 inch apart from the other tape, because you don't want it to be stacked on top of each other. So measure right about here. All right, so this is the second section. It feels pretty thick and full, so I'm not gonna add another row under. As you can see, versatility. All right, so let's go on to the next section. I'm gonna show you guys a quick little tip. Right here is not enough space, so what I typically like to do is just cut a tape in half. And I'll show you real quick. I'll put it in this small little section, still not at the edge. I always like to test it out, pull the hair up so I can make sure you can't see it. On to the next section. So now we're at the last subsection. We're gonna take a V, part at a V. And we're gonna use the rest of this hair just for coverage. Because if we go too far up, you'll be able to see it from the crown area. So now what we're gonna do is put a tape at an angle. So that way when she put her hair in a ponytail, it'll lay flat. So you won't have to worry about any bulkiness. Right. Half inch away. Then slice. So the reason we want to place it at an angle is to prevent bulkiness when she pull her hair up into a ponytail. So I can show you the difference with another tape. This one's angled. And if I lay this one flat, straight across, you'll be able to see that corner poke out when she pull her hair in a ponytail. So let's measure out the next part. A quick little comb down. flyaways. Won't get into the next tape. All right, so we're back on the corner where it's not enough space. So what we're gonna do is snip another track, half. All right, I'm gonna place this one over here to the side. Grab a comb. And again, we're gonna place it at an angle, only on the corners to prevent bulkiness. Here we go. All right, so we're all finished with the back section. I'm gonna show you how it should look as far as the versatility. You might can see a few here, but just be mindful, we have this here that will also be covering, so you're not gonna see it at all. This is how flat it should be. All right. So let's jump into that horseshoe section. All right, so now we're in the horseshoe section. What we're gonna do is part her hair down the middle. We're gonna create two subsections. Let me try to clean it up. And we're gonna clip off the other half. So for the top, we're going to part out the leave out section, the coverage. What's gonna be covering the tape. You can't see it, can't see the rat tail comb. So we're gonna clip that off. Now you have to be mindful not to go too far down because we still have to have enough hair to cover the bottom. So I'm gonna take a thin slice. Don't go too far to the edge. All right. So just be mindful to not come to the edge, because what'll happen is when you pull our hair up into a ponytail, you'll be able to see that tape. So come an inch away. right, so we're gonna lift this up. And then we're gonna place another one right here. I'm gonna check the fullness. I'm gonna see if I need to add one more. I think we're pretty good. So you will repeat the same steps on the other section of the head. All right, so now that the tapes are all installed, I'm going to go ahead and remove the rubber bands where the leave out is. I'm going to show you guys the versatility. I'm going to go ahead and pull her hair to a ponytail. As you can see, it's fully covered. You don't see any tapes. You can do a middle part. Can do the side part, flip it to the other side, and you can also do a half up, half down. All right, so I'll be right back. We're gonna jump right into the styling. Okay, you guys, so here is the finished product. We used about 64 tapes. Depending on your client's density of their hair, you might use more or less. Follow me at flow.beauty.bar and stay tuned for any upcoming classes.